Alright, well, this is going to be a weird one, but then again, aren't they all? Bobby Gaines here with a rant in a familiar place, but a very weird time of year, which is the summer, July. When was the last time you saw me in this room for July? Now, technically, I have done other rants in this room before it was so widely known as Christmas Central, but right now, when you see this room, if you've watched my videos before, you think of this as Christmas Central. You know, obviously the shelving, the pictures, the memories all speak for themselves. And recently, as you also know, I made the announcement that I'm moving to Nani's, and I kind of just threw in there, I mean, not a big surprise, but kind of threw in there that Christmas Central would be moving as well because, well, my stuff's going to move where I move. So, yeah, what does that mean for Christmas Central? Now, I mentioned how wonderful it would be to have Christmas Central there, and I, like, 1,000% mean that. But at the same time, it's hard not to think about, you know, what this room has meant over the past 15 years, literally. 2009 through last year. In some ways, it's almost a good thing I didn't know. That I didn't know that 2024 would be the last Christmas in this room as far as Christmas Central goes. Now, obviously, I'm still going to visit here on Christmas next year. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't know, because otherwise, knowing me, like, the last Christmas Central in this room would have been, like, phenomenally just decked out. I mean, not that I don't do that anyway, but I mean, like, you've seen the celebrations I've done for things like Christmas 2019, or, like, you know, 10-year, 20-year anniversaries, whatever. Any excuse I could think of, really, to pump up Christmas even more than I already do. So, in a way, it was nice. Christmas 2024 was amazing. I don't know if I'll put this video up by the time that video's out or not, but just take my word for it. Christmas 2024 was amazing from beginning to end, and just like every year, I know I'm talking about this in September, freaking July, not even September. But putting together Christmas Central every year is just this like documented process, and it's going to be even more crazy and wild and awesome doing it at Nani's, and I'll talk about that when we get closer to it. But right now, I'm just kind of living in the present. This is one of those, and this is, you know, why. Another reason why I wasn't doing rants as often is because things weren't really changing. There wasn't really anything else to talk about. It was kind of just, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, you know, here's the update for, like, you know, July of 2019. Like, nothing changed between July of 2019 and August of 2019. And yeah, there were some things that happened in 2020 that weren't so good that I wouldn't update you on because, quite frankly, it was all over the news. But, like, seriously, like, I loved doing rants when I was younger. But when I was younger, when I mean younger, I mean, like, you know, 20s, early 20s, mid-20s. Things were changing all the time, whether I was, you know, getting new jobs or going to college or, you know, holidays, you know. I mean, I still do the holiday rants, but the last 5 or 6 years, there just hasn't been much to talk about. It's not a bad thing. It's just how life goes. And, you know, even as time goes, I'm sure I will settle into things, but this is why I make the rants, is sort of a journaling thing, so that years now I look back at these and I'm like, wow, this was like my thought, you know, in 2025, as it was. You know, 2025, I will be making my way out of here, as much as I love this room. You know, a lot of this stuff's coming with me, and I'll talk about that in a second as well. I'll be making my way out of this room and into a new one. And of course, as much as I love talking about this, and the you know, the big part of the room, you know, I'm standing where the Christmas tree would usually be, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about that part of the room. And when I say this part of the room, I mean the couch. The semi-iconic couch that, you know, wasn't even necessarily meant to be in here. There's kind of a funny story about how this couch ended up in here. This couch was not in here until, I think, 2013. 2012, actually, if I look back at that one, there is a lot of space in this area. And then the couch came in, and at first, I'm pretty sure I probably didn't want it, because I thought it would, like, just make it tighter in here, but the couch ended up being one of the best parts of this thing, because you guys know, we did the fireside chats from this couch, the Christmas countdowns on this couch. It's like, what's the big deal? It's a couch, but it's more what you don't see on camera, because the camera's pointed at me. I'd be seeing all of Christmas Central spread out in front of me, and that's kind of the interesting part about this room, is that this room is very small. I mean, you've seen the whole room in literally 2 camera shots. You saw the bigger part, and you saw this corner. And, you know, most of the time we focused on one or the other when I did Christmas coverage. You know, I'd be sitting here or I'd be over by the tree. The new Christmas Central, which, you know, I'm not even sure what it's going to look like. I mean, I am and I'm not. But it's going to be a lot bigger, which is great. It's going to have, obviously, all the same stuff. But yeah, obviously this is a monumental change. Now, as far as things that are staying, I'm proud to say, I'm happy to say, one of them is this couch. This couch will be making the move to the new location. So this couch will host more Christmas fireside chats, countdowns, obviously with a different backdrop, different house, different room. The étagère, in case you guys are wondering what the hell that is, yeah, it's a real word. The shelving that holds all this wonderful Christmas stuff. That will be coming to the new location. Now, obviously, not everything will come to the new location. The piano will not come to the new location. Now, there's certain things in this room that will not. Certain things are not even mine to claim. I thank my mom for letting me keep the couch, moving the couch out of here and the shelving. Those are really the two most important pieces, honestly. I mean, and some other ones I won't really get into, but a lot of the Christmas stuff, honestly, was mine anyway. And, the Coke bottles, I just happened to notice these. And, this is another reason why we document. How many bottles of Coke did I drink on this couch for Christmas Day? This one is actually dated, or it has a year on it, 2023. Something I started doing back in 2021. Oh, wow, actually, I have these all in order. That is, damn it, the way I wrote that, I can't tell if that's 2021 or 2024, but I dated them. I started to date them in 2021, which is a nice touch. But again, these traditions are going to continue no matter where you go. Like, this is just stuff. It's great stuff, but it's just stuff. It's really the meaning I put to this stuff and the room itself, the excitement, that can be transported. Your heart can be transported, obviously. Well, wait, I just said like I'm a surgeon, you know what I mean. Seriously though, like, I'm really looking forward to moving. Like, I kind of had to make this rant with like the mindset that like, it's a positive move, but I still need to acknowledge that yes, I am going to miss this room. Like, that's been the kind of the whole dichotomy of this whole thing. And you're going to see a lot of rants coming up, or maybe, I don't know what order I'm going to put these out in, to be perfectly honest, and I don't know how many people are even going to watch them, but you're going to see a lot of rants where it's like, I'm really happy about something. Then the next one is going to be like, well, I'm kind of sad about this, but then I'm happy again. Like, that's part of life, and I generally don't focus on the sadder things in life. Not that it's sad, but it is something that has been a part of my life. It still exists in years and years of video, like photos, video, everything. All the times I was in here with Nani for various Christmas Eves and Christmases, and that stuff, yeah, it might move out of this room, but it's not going away, like, from my life every single year. I mean, from 2009 to now, Christmas Central has been here. This will be the first year it won't be, but it'll still exist, and that, again, that spirit will exist, and that's the most important part. I know, a really schmaltzy way to bring it on home there, but yeah, how do you say goodbye to Christmas Central? You don't. Like I said, like, yeah, we're saying goodbye to a room. And by the way, I still intend to come back here to visit. I mentioned that. I'm going to come back here and visit, and I'll be back here. I'll be in this room, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, whatever it is. I don't, unless my parents decide to just permanently ban me from life, I think they'll want to see me, so I'll be back in here Christmas, and I can't wait for it. And I can't wait on the other side to show them what I've done at, Nani's. I still call it Nani's house, I probably always will. But I can't wait for that either. So it's actually kind of, in a way, I know, it's like I'm always trying to look at the positives. Silly me, right? It's like I'm getting two Christmas Centrals, or two different ways to celebrate the holiday. Because I am moving out, but I'm also moving in to a new place. Like, you got to look at both sides of it. It really is a good thing. So I don't want to. I'm sitting here like, goodbye Christmas Central, but then I'm also like, goodbye. Like I really will miss this room for the memories. But this room's not going anywhere either. Just I am. And the new room that I have, and I haven't really said what room it's going to be, but I know exactly where it's going to be at Nani's house. The new room that I have planned is going to be great in its own way. And just like any Christmas, just like any big event, like it's going to be significant. It really is. And this has been significant. So we're at the crossroads right now. That's why I'm doing the rants. It's a perfect time to do them. I could do them after the fact, and then it's kind of like, it's just recap at that point. But when you do them in the moment, it's like, there's just this different energy, and I love it. So yeah, Christmas in July, what can I say? But seriously, thank you guys for so many years of Christmas Central memories. Not the end, just the beginning. We're going to make more this year and every year, as we have for the past 15 years. Absolutely crazy, just think. But thank you all so much for the support, regardless of the time of year or on my Twitch channel, here, wherever. Love it. Love being part of your lives as much as I can. And hopefully you've enjoyed the rant. I will see you next time. Hey, yo.